All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a huge leap forward in AI. We're moving way beyond AI that just gives you answers. We're talking about AI that actually gets things done. So let's dive into the incredible world of AI agents and the frameworks that are making them a reality. I mean, really think about that question. This is the fundamental shift we're all witnessing. We're going from a passive AI, kind of like a super smart search engine, to an active AI that can perform tasks. So instead of just telling you how to book a flight, it could just go ahead and book it for you. That's the promise of agentic AI. And this quote from Harrison Chase, the CEO of LangChain, just nails it. He calls them digital labor. I mean, that perfectly captures the idea, right? We're not just building smarter chatbots here. We're building a whole new digital workforce that can operate our own tools right on our behalf. Okay, so to make sure we're all on the same page, let's just get a really clear foundational understanding of what an AI agent actually is before we jump into all the cool tools used to build them. This definition from Microsoft really cuts to the chase. The most important part is that cycle: receive, process, and act. You see, an agent isn't just a language model. It's a whole entity that has a goal, and it's capable of taking real, concrete steps in a digital world to get that goal accomplished. So why is this so powerful? Well, it's all about modularity. You can build one agent to be a researcher and another to be a rater. Then, through collaboration, the researcher agent finds all the info and just hands it over to the writer agent to whip up a report. And the human in the loop part? That's you, jumping in to approve the sources before the writer even starts. The whole thing comes together as process orchestration, automating an entire workflow from just a simple request to a fully finished document. Okay, now that we've got the foundation, let's look at the tools that are making all this possible. We're going to do a high-speed tour of some of the key frameworks that are really powering this agentic revolution. First up, the one you've probably heard of, LangChain. It's one of the most popular places to start. Its whole idea is based on chains, literally linking a language model to a specific tool, like a search engine or maybe a calculator. It's kind of the go-to library for creating simple, step-by-step logic, which makes it perfect for things like summarizing a document you give it. Next is Rasa. Now, Rasa is a specialist. While some of these other frameworks are more general purpose, Rasa is purpose-built for one thing: making amazing chatbots. It's fantastic at understanding what a user really wants and managing the back and forth of a conversation. That's why it's a top choice for big companies that need customer service bots that can handle really complex chats. Then we have Autogen from Microsoft, and this one is all about getting multiple agents to talk to each other. Its big innovation is letting you create a team of specialized agents, like a coder, a tester, and a critic. They can actually work together, give each other feedback, and refine their work, kind of like a real human team would. Now, we are going to circle back and dive way deeper into this one, but it's important to introduce it here. LangGraph is basically the evolution of LangChain, built for more complicated jobs. It moves beyond those simple straight-line chains to a graph structure. And that is absolutely critical when you need your agent to be able to loop, make decisions, and even retry steps. It's essential stuff for building reliable, production-ready systems. Also from Microsoft, we've got semantic kernel. The best way to think of this one is like a smart switchboard that connects AI models to your existing code. Its real power is in plugging AI skills, like summarizing text or translating, directly into apps written in languages like C# and Python. It's all about bridging that gap between the new AI world and all the legacy systems out there. Crew AI is laser-focused on collaborative autonomy, and it uses this really cool role-playing idea. You literally define a crew with specific roles, like market researcher and ad copywriter. Each agent gets a clear job and a set of tools, and then they work together to pull off a complex goal, like launching a whole new marketing campaign. It's designed for serious, goal-oriented teamwork. And finally, we've got Transformers agents from Hugging Face. You know, this framework's superpower is just how simple it is. It taps into the massive Hugging Face hub, and it lets you give plain English commands to thousands of pre-trained models. You can basically just tell a model, hey, summarize this article for me. And the framework just figures out how to get it done with almost no code. Okay, so for the rest of this explainer, we're going to really zoom in on two of the most talked about frameworks from that list, LangChain and its bigger brother, LangGraph. Let's start with LangChain's core philosophy. Honestly, the best way to think about LangChain is as a conveyor belt. It runs on a super straightforward, pipeline-based architecture. Each task follows the next one in a predefined straight line. And this design is incredibly intuitive and really efficient for any job that has a clear, step-by-step process. So, a typical workflow, or what they call a chain, looks something like this. You start by grabbing some data, maybe from a document. You then pass that to a language model to do some processing. After that, you might use an outside tool, like a search API, to get some more info. And finally, you generate your output. It's sequential, it's predictable, and it's pretty easy to debug. But what happens when your workflow isn't a straight line? What if you need to create loops or branches or run things in parallel? Well, that's where a simple pipeline starts to hit its limits, and that's exactly why LangGraph was created. So, if LangChain is that simple conveyor belt, then LangGraph is a busy kitchen. It's this dynamic, nonlinear space. Tasks are like different cooking stations or nodes in a graph, and data flows between them based on logic. It's not a simple A to B to C flow. It's a whole system where multiple things can happen at once, all working together toward a final dish. So what does this graph setup actually let you do? Well, first off, you get parallel execution, which is way faster. But more importantly, it unlocks conditional branching and cyclical workflows. This means an agent can try a task, look at the result, and if it's not good enough, it can loop back and try again, which is exactly how a human would iterate on a problem. This is a huge deal for building truly intelligent systems. So, this all brings us to the big question for any developer working in this space. Is it LangChain or LangGraph? And really, the answer isn't about which one wins, but about picking the right tool for the right job. Here's the core difference. LangChain is all about simplicity and speed. Think of it like a straight, empty highway, perfect for getting from point A to point B without any fuss. LangGraph, on the other hand, is built for robustness and complexity. It's more like a city grid, giving you the flexibility to change routes, circle the block, and handle any unexpected roadblocks you might run into. So here's the bottom line. If you're building a pretty simple chatbot or you're just quickly prototyping an idea that has a clear, step-by-step workflow, start with LangChain. It's fast, it's easy. But if you're building a complex AI copilot or a multi-agent research assistant that needs dynamic steps and fine-grained control, you're going to need the power and flexibility of LangGraph. And you know what? This quote from Kumud Pandey at Tiger Analytics just sums it up perfectly. It's not a rivalry. It's an evolutionary path. You can absolutely start your project with the simplicity of LangChain, and then, as your needs get more complex, you can evolve your architecture over to LangGraph. They're just two different tools for different stages of a project's life. This really leaves us with a fascinating final thought. We're building frameworks not just to create tools, but to create collaborators. As these agentic systems get more and more capable of complex, autonomous work, the real question becomes less about how we build them and more about how we choose to work alongside them. I mean, what is that future of human AI collaboration really going to look like?